Good evening all. We are back on Virtual Pool 4 again, Virtual Pool 4 online, and we're back for the second match in our weekend triple header, and this is the second one-loss side match we have today. Good evening Polo. The second match in our trilogy, and this match tonight's between Spectredawn and MrBill, race to 11, no jump cues, alternate break, and it's going to start in about 3-4 minutes time. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is a quick mention. We'll have a look at the bracket first. That's what we'll do. Hang on a sec. We'll go to the bracket. Well, this is the first thing to mention. The match tomorrow night that I have is the third match in the trilogy. It's the round 5 match between Cobra and Baker Maker, and that one will kick off at 7 p.m. I'll have that one live streamed. But this is a channel that you need to go to. Obviously you can go into the room and watch it, but if you want to listen to alternative commentary, this will be the channel on Twitch, Duffman2605, provided Moz's friends are there for him. I think they've got the intention of streaming the match between Moz and Keith, or Bite Me, or Buy Time, whatever he wants to call himself. And that match will kick off at 9 p.m. So they've scheduled it so I can't get it. So if you want to watch how the other half do it, then that will be at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, in the meantime, let's look at how things shape up. If you weren't here this afternoon, we had a very close match earlier on. If I can find it. No, I can't find it because I can't bloody scroll to the right point. There it is. We had the match between McClarkey and Acero, and well, it was a match of two halves, as they say in football. McClarkey had, I think, a 4-rack lead at one point. I think he was 6-2 up. I might be wrong, but he certainly had a lead for most of the match, and then he began to lose his way. The mistakes started to come in, and Acero, well, he wasn't really up for making too many mistakes at that point because he couldn't afford it, but he came back strongly, and in the end he won out 11 racks to 8. Now, this match we're about to see is going to decide who's going to play Acero, and that match is that one there, Spectredawn against MrBill. And then a quick look over here at the winner's side if we can get this to work. And we start at the top. We have the match between Keith and Cobra. That's the one at 9 o'clock. And the one at the bottom is the one at 7 o'clock between Baker Maker from the States and Cobra from England. So that'll be on at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And well, we are about a minute away from the room going up. I don't know honestly what you guys think. Good evening, Larry. Good evening, Polo. Good evening, Mark. And anybody else that's scared to type in the chat. I don't know how this is going to go. I mean, I think it's a toss of a coin. It's going to be a bit of bad luck here or there. They are very evenly matched. Bill doesn't have, Bill doesn't have his ammunition. He doesn't have his weapon, his jump cue that gets him out of a lot of problems. So let's see how it goes. But I am not going to call it because I haven't a clue how this will go. We're all set. We're going to lag off. Bill's got the most expensive cue on the far side, and Spectredawn nearest us. And Bill has overhit the lag, so Spectredawn has the choice to break. He could, of course, pass it to MrBill, but that never usually happens. So here we go. We're all set. Spectredawn breaking off, ball in the break, and a shot. A shot, and of course the 2 goes into the left corner as we look, but it's blocked off by the 9. Bit of inside to check it back up the table to the right. Now he's surely looking for a good nudge on this 9 ball and lie in shape in a 3, unless he can find some sort of gap. Well, that needs to bounce a bit more. Could have done with a wee bit more bounce. So now, and let's have a look at the 4. Well, the 4, that, let's be honest, that isn't going. Not the way it's lined up in the 9. So how's he going to deal with this? Is he going to leave it long for the combo? Looks like it, unless he thinks he can squeeze that in past the 9. But I'll tell you, he's not even got half a pocket to try and do that. So it's got to be the combo. So this for the first rack, and a good start for Spectredawn on his own break. Well, I mean, let's be honest, I've seen better than that. Did he play to try and get it safe? We'll never know, but it's certainly not safe. And that might go down as a mistake. Now, how's Bill going to deal with this? He's got the angle. Well, he hasn't got much of an angle looking at it. It's pretty straight now when you look there. I thought he'd a wee angle, but he's not got much to go on to get across to take that 6 long into this bottom pocket. So it's Bill that's going to have to try the combo, and he's weighted that shot pretty nigh perfect. He's got every chance of pinching this rack. Well, the mistake straight away by Spectredawn has cost him. A bad start there with that shot in the 6. I mean, it looked like an attempted combo, but it certainly didn't pan out like that. It ended up looking like a poor safety, and it's anybody's guess as to actually what it was supposed to be. So, oh, there's Keith. I see everything's working. Good evening, Tin. It's brilliant being able to read the chat now. So Spectredawn has to respond, and this might end up being like a prize fight. It might be blow for blow. It could shape up like that. Let's hope it does. I might get excited. Now, is he in between? Has he gone far enough? Oh, this is awkward. He needed to be there, didn't he? He needed to be there, or he needed to be here. So he's in no man's land, and this is a tough one to keep shape. Because the other problem is that 7 ball's just annoying. Where it is, it just narrows down your margin to get on the 6. It starts getting you thinking, but he's got more thinking to do in this 5 ball, because this is not easy. And he's played it well, he's held it well, he's gone a bit straight. He might try and pinch a bit, unless he just tries to flick it with a wee bit of spin. Yep. So he's now looking good to respond quickly, and I think that will do him a world of good after that last shot he played in the first rack. So Spectredawn responds immediately, and that's a good start considering. And of course now we're back on par with the break, so it's Spectredawn breaking. 5 ball in, top right, and this time, now how does that look from his end? Oh, he can get the 1. He can definitely get to the 1. Oh, this is going to be awkward now. This makes this shot much more difficult. Now he could use the W key to sort of look under the shaft of the cue to pick a line and make the line better on the cut angle on the 2. Oh, he's going to block himself, and it was difficult to control the shot when you're over the object ball, leaning down in the cue ball. And now he's got to get lucky, and that can just be the difference in this match. It might just be that one shot running out of shape that might cost a rack, and Bill will cut that onto the 7, and it's very likely the 3 ball's going to be pretty adjacent to the corner pocket after this shot anyway, so he should still have a shot. Well, of course, it's going to be top notch because you know, these guys have battled all the way to get this far, and you'd expect them not likely to be giving up very quickly. It's now right into the business end of the tournament, so we expect a high standard. And MrBill is looking to steal the rack against the break again. Oh, this is going to be another little tester. And again, that 9 ball is just so annoying where it's sitting. You're thinking straight away, don't block myself behind the 9, whatever I do. And that 6 was not easy. And I think Bill might not have got away with it. Let's look. No. The 8 ball is a good guide. Of course, Spectredawn, is he going to go right inside to avoid the 9? Yes, he is. Now, he might go too close to the rail. And again, this is not a gimme. These are all little tweakers. You can easily push it to the point of the jaw, but no problem. And this time, Spectredawn has rescued the situation. Bill had his chance, made the mistake, and Spectredawn holds his break this time. So now there's that little bit of pressure on Bill, now that he's trailing. Got to get a ball, and I don't think, well, the 2 decided to go in, and he's on the 1. And right, well, what does he do here? Again, he can't leave the 3 into that corner, so he may well have to push through a bit here and get across the table. It needs to keep going. Well, he can certainly pot the 3, but again, it's tough. This is just not falling into line yet. And Bill doing the right thing. As soon as you get that opportunity to lock up the cue ball, he's taken it. Spectredawn with a kick, and he's going to be in trouble again, I think. Well, the problem with this is the 6 ball's in the way to actually push the 3 away and lock in behind the 5. Now, well, it could have been tighter, but he's still got the cover. Not a difficult kick, but of course it's the usual thing. You just kick and hope. You don't really have a clue what's going to happen. Well, I didn't think that was going to happen because it wasn't a difficult kick. It's a big target, that 3 ball. And Bill has been given a free go here with ball in hand. Just pop the 3 ball into the middle, cue ball out. The problem's going to be from the 4 to the 5. Just getting good on it. Doesn't want to go square. He doesn't want to be finishing here. And he hasn't. And now, can he avoid the 8 ball? Let's look at that. I think he can. No, he can't. But he's okay. He's brushed off it in the right half. The half that takes him towards the 6. So he's looking good. Yeah, it's definitely bigger. Even already it's looking like blow for blow. So Bill, 7, 8, 9 to square the match up. Well, I like little angle. You can just stun this. All you want to do is get in a sort of line onto the 9. And it's all square again. Break goes back to Spectredawn. So rack number 5, 8 ball goes in. Definitely no shot in the 1 this time. Tied up behind the 9. And 2 ball. How does that look? Well, that goes past the 5. He's going to be pushing the 2 anyway by the look of it. Nope. He's pushing behind. Now, Bill has the option. Play it from where it is or pass it back to Spectredawn. But there's nothing very inviting here. I mean, even if he pots the 1, what's his odds on actually getting a decent shot in the 2? Well, he's digging down. Is he going for it? No. Going for the bank. What a shot. A cracking shot. Let's see if the replay works. Decent shot in the 2. Gets the draw back for the 2. Well, he's digging down. Is he going for it? No. Going for the bank. What a shot. A cracking shot. Well, that worked that time. So Bill, no holds barred. Again, when you see a player playing that bank shot and drawing back for the 2, the worst thing is going to happen here if he fails to take this out, because he's stuck his neck out. Like I say, if you do that, then you have to back yourself. You have to do it to make the point, to ram it home to your opponent. And again, that 9 ball's just annoying. Has he got the angle just to stun onto it? Looks like he's got a wee angle there. No. Oh, well. Has he got a clean shot without that 9 ball interfering? Yes. So it's all about the pace and dropping on to this bottom right hand corner to see the 6 ball. That needs to go. That needs to get there, Bill. Let's have a look. Oh, it's tight. He could certainly get it. But I think that would have been a wee bit more generous with the pace. And it goes. Now the tricky one. 9 ball up the table. With that big space behind it where you can drop the cue ball. Again, you're trying to get up past the middle pocket, either left or right hand side. And that pace looks pretty good to me. And that is a great takeout by Bill. Went all out for the bank, played the draw, back for the 2, and gets the run out. And that justifies the effort on the first shot in the first place. So that was well done. And crucially, it gives him the break. He's got the 3-2 lead. And he's breaking. And he's got a ball. Don't know what went in though. What went? We've lost the 8. Well, this is a good one to start again. A 1-2 combo. Good evening. Welcome any latecomers. Cobra's obviously in looking for some tips for his match tomorrow night and sizing up possible opposition. So he's on a spying mission. He will of course deny all of that, but there's no harm in checking on how the other half are doing. And Spectredawn has to take it out. We're at a level now in the standard that we've seen so far, barring the 1 or 2 errors. Oh, he's hung the 2, and Bill will be in like a jackrabbit here. He'll be drooling to take this out because that's another unforced error, and Bill again will want to make the point that he's up for it, and any mistakes he's going to pounce, and that's going a bit, it's just a bit awkward being in the corner. Yeah, there you go. See the strange things that can happen when you get into that corner. It's just a wee bit awkward, but look at what Bill's done here. And, well, if you're going to get the luck, get it at the right times. He's got Spectredawn hooked. I think the gap's there. Can you hit that top? Yep. Just got it. And looking for a bit of luck. Now, the bank's definitely not on because the 4's in the path of that. There is only half a pocket shown past that 5, but it will go. Now, what's Bill thinking? I think he's had a look at the bank, but that's not going to happen. So is he looking for cover? He can certainly get cover. He can push that 3 ball to the left and run. Well, he's went for the bank. He thought it would go, but I think the line it needed was somewhere nearer the 4, and he might well pay the price himself for doing that. He must have convinced himself it would go. I didn't think it would, but well, from having the chance to pinch the rack, Spectredawn has been given the chance to square the match again. So there's been the odd 1 error, 1 or 2 errors, or unforced errors that I think pretty much each time they've cost. But Spectredawn has gone a wee bit high in this 7. But he's got it, but the cue ball's running away. Another tester, this to tie the match. Well, in it goes. The cue ball safe, so we're back all square again, and we're back on par. Spectredawn breaking, rack number 7. Seven ball tracking, but the spin has held it on the edge of the pocket, and Bill has a ball to start. 2 ball into the middle. He actually wants to, I don't know whether he can, I think the shot would just be to roll through, come back off the rail and across with the 2 into the middle so he can roll up. Yep, that's what he's doing. He wants to come back across. I think he's okay. He might have gone too far. It would have been better had it been there, just to roll through better. I don't know whether he can still hold the line. Yes, see, it's gone a wee bit higher. He might still be comfortable. Doesn't need to worry about position really. He just needs to be able to see the 4 to knock it onto the 7. Full focus on the 3. Well, he could have played that better. Well, he's going to look a bit of a numpty if he can't get this 7 in. Yeah, he's not trying to do anything with the 4, he's just trying to get a shot onto that 7. Doesn't want the cue ball to track in though. Yeah, he's just brushed it now. Yeah, he can cheat the pocket, no problem. It needs enough pace though in the cue ball to get it back for that 5, unless he wants to just run it long to the bottom of the table. He can't try and pinch too much. Well, he's going to run into the 9 maybe, and needs to hit this. The difficulty here is if he misses the 9 completely, he'll come right out into the table and he might leave this 6 awkward. Well, he's missed it completely, and now he has got an awkward shot, and this is another one where he's either going to drop this in dead weight and leave the long cut in the 8, or he's going to try and manoeuvre the cue ball with the danger of the scratch. What does he decide? Aye, that's right. You were right earlier, but you did review the situation once or twice. I mean, it wasn't looking good for Acero, it has to be said, but he came out good in the end. And Bill's got himself on the 8, and he's pretty nice on the 9. So this is another one that Bill is pinching the break off Spectredawn, because the break will go back to Bill next rack. But more importantly, Bill's back in the lead, 4 racks to 3. And again, nothing Spectredawn can do if Bill gets a ball and gets a shot. But is he going to get one? Well, something's gone in, but he doesn't have a shot. Now, quick look at that 2-9. Well, that isn't dead set, but of course the 5's in the way. So push out has been called. So Bill pushes the 2 away from the 9, and well, I think it's going to be passed. Surely he's not going to. Surely Bill, well, he fancies a cut, and he's got it. Well, that was another brave shot. I thought that had been passed back, but Bill gets the cut. He's got the shot in the 2. Now, if he finishes, if he can come around behind the 7, you know, 1 rail, 2, 3, 4 rails probably. Well, has he hit that enough? He's going to be in trouble here. Oh dear. Well, I was looking for him to finish somewhere in there, but he's left it way short and didn't get the little nice brush off the 9 that he was hoping for. So now it's a kick. There's a strong chance of knocking the 4 in. It thought about it, it hasn't gone, and Bill's chance is gone. And his lead might be gone in a minute. So it is, well, I think the best way to describe it is seesaw. One of those matches developing where nobody is getting away, and those little mistakes are being punished. Now Spectredawn good in the 5, yeah, you can see it. So it's Spectredawn's opportunity to administer the punishment if he can. And the same rules apply here. Get yourself either left or right, up past the middle pocket, and don't do anything daft. Well, he's almost there. As long as he doesn't. I thought he was going to sit right on that point. and hook himself. He's okay. So there is no give here. We're back all square, and again we're back on par. That's the rack stolen again. Spectredawn breaking in rack number 9. Nothing this time. Well, it's got every sort of clue that it's, you know, that it's going to go all the way. Something might give at some point, but so far each time it's been confounded by the other player. Bill pots the 2, needs to find the gap, and the gap is between the 9 and the 4. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, got to get up the table, and he's just found it. And the one that's going to decide the rack is getting on the 5. And a firm stun. Oh, he's short. He's way short. Has Bill been messing with his mouse? Because he's way short of where he should be. 2 feet short of where he should have been. And now he's got the bank and he's not interested. He's going to keep it tight. But yeah, he's under hit a couple of shots, Bill. Now, is he on a different computer or whatever? I mean, I heard him saying he was on a laptop the other day or something like that, but and whenever something like that happens, you know, the touch isn't quite the same. But the safety gets its reward. He's got ball in hand. Let's see if Bill is... we've had 2 shots where he's under hit them by a fair wee bit. Certainly at least 2 that I can remember. Let's see if that improves. He certainly doesn't want that happening at a critical stage later on in the match. Well, this is going to be against the break again, isn't it? For 5-4, if we can take this out. Oh, the yawning started already, 7:30 at night. But I've got no work tomorrow. I'm not in tomorrow. I've got Sunday off for once in a blue moon. Well, it's another rack against the break, and nobody is getting away. But this could be, this has a possibility if a ball goes in, and that 3 thought about it, but it hasn't. It could have been. I'm trying to get something to happen here. It could have been a chance there to build a ball and open up the gap, but it isn't going to happen. Not right now. Dry break. Now, what is Spectredawn thinking? He's looking at the 2. Is he going to billiard the 2? It looks like the billiard. Hit that 1 ball billiard into the 2, or I'm reading it looking at this angle here. No, he's trying to hide. Well, he's got it half hidden, and Bill can try and sneak over behind the 2 again if he wants. 2 or 7. That will do. And actually, not quite as easy to get it on this left side the way he's looking. He's going to have to dig into the cue ball. Yeah. Where's the cue ball going? Nudges a 3. He flukes a 3. And I don't think he can see enough of the edge of that to cut it. And he's not got the cover. And he could be in trouble here. Spectredawn. If Bill can play this right, try to hide behind the 6, is he? I thought he was going to try and maybe run over behind the 9, but again, it's not a difficult kick. It would have been a lot more difficult maybe if he could go over and spun over to that 9. But this time, Spectredawn has left the 1 exposed. And Bill really just needs to line this up and drop the 1 in. And if possible, kick into the 7. And he's missed that. So the cue ball's getting away, but he's still got the cut. So it looks like it's all about getting on the 4. And this could be the gap now. This might be the break. Well, something has to give at some point, and this might be it. So it's all up to Bill now. And he's on the 5. 4, sorry. I'll have a quick drink. Right. Wrong side of the 5. And he's going to have to run. Question is what way does he want to run to get there? Well, again, Bill is way, way short of weight here. There's something going on. I mean, can he get enough of that 6 to cut it? But he's way short of weight. He's trying to make the angle, I think, spinning around. No, he's just looking for safety. But he's found a 9. But there is something not right here. Bill's not finding the weight there. Or he's not punching it through hard enough. That's another shot that was at least 2 foot short of where he wanted to be. He certainly didn't want to be trying to cut the 6 into the left pocket. He was wanting to come past the 8. Spectredawn's played the kick, and he's gone past the middle pocket, and that is not bad, although he hasn't hit a rail, hasn't he? Well, that's disaster, and there is going to be a break, but it's the worst way for it to happen. But Bill got the run in there. He found the shot behind the 9, and he's going to get out of jail here, and that is going to be the difference now to make that 2-rack gap. And we're now approaching the second half of the match. Oh dear. Well, Bill, did he check that cue ball to come up straight for the 9? He didn't need to. You start putting English on the cue ball. I mean, I don't know what he did there, but that again is a bad mistake by Bill. And lo and behold, commentators curse. We're back all square at 5 all. Well, there's strange things happening here from what I can see. I don't know what Bill's using to play VP4, but there's been evidence here that something isn't quite right. And everything that we've seen go wrong has been under hit by a fair margin. I just hope Bill hasn't went out and bought a trackball mouse. That's all I'm going to mention about trackball mouses, Larry. I promise you. But let's hope Bill hasn't went out and bought one. dear. Well, it's on a bit of a knife edge now at 5-all. Let's see if this works. I'm going to hit that one. Oh, there you go. Chat's still there. That's fine. I can do unspeakable things now, and you won't see it. Now, is that clean? I don't think so. Oh, if there was a wee bit more juice on that, he'd have been in behind a 4. But Bill has popped Spectredawn in behind the 2, and it's another kicking hole. Now, see when you say trackball, what do you think he's using a laptop? Or is that my new nickname? But MrBill at the table, and this 2-ball isn't easy, I can assure you, especially considering where the 4-ball is. He's going to look for the line for the pot in this thing, but I think yeah, definitely under hitting shots or something. There's something different. He's trying to force the cue ball out to get the 4, and he might have got away with it, but now Spectredawn has got a good chance of cover, spinning in behind the 4 or the 7, maybe even, no, I don't think he can do that, but if he sends the 2-ball far enough up the table, he might be able to, he's going all out for it, needs a bit of luck, and he's got it. Oh no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Has he? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. But if he sends the 2-ball far enough up the table, he might be able to, he's going all out for it. Needs a bit of luck, and he's got it. Oh no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Has he? Yes, he has. Well, this is going to be against the break again, isn't it? I've totally lost the plot. Remind me, who broke first? Spectredawn, so that's, he's breaking in the odd numbers. Well, if he's breaking in the odd numbers, this is number 11 anyway, so it goes back to Bill. If my brain's working right. He was off to work at 2 o'clock. Yeah, the break's back with Bill. So that means he's on a shitty laptop, does it not? That could be the problem. It's not on YouTube for technical reasons that I had earlier on in the week. And I've decided just to stream it to Twitch. Twitch is the best and most stable of the platforms anyway, but the technical problems have been with the Restream, who are the website that I use to disperse the chat, or to amalgamate the chat, sorry, from YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and mix them together. But there's been problems linking linking up my YouTube account and my Facebook account to restream earlier on in the week. So I gave up and decided I need something that I can rely on at the moment, and at the moment it's Twitch. So that's why I scrapped those two. Any videos or any live streams that I do on the tournament, they won't be kept on Twitch. They'll be on Twitch automatically for 14 days, but I won't be keeping them there. What I do is I offload them to YouTube. You can just you go into the video file on Twitch and you can send it directly to YouTube, and it will be archived on my YouTube channel, so they'll all be there. The one from earlier on this afternoon is on there already, the one between McClarkey and Acero. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Spectredawn has got himself into the lead, and he's at the table with an awkward shot to get on this 7 off the 6. Is he going to go far enough? No, 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 he's underhit it. And again, we don't know how this is going to go. Spectredawn with a chance to widen the gap, and he's not followed through far enough. And just looking for the safety, and that's gone, well, that's how we describe over here as gone tits up. That's a disaster. He's tried to hit that dead weight to the rail, I think, but the spin in the cue ball just brought it all into play. Now, is Bill going to get high enough? He's got the angle, but he doesn't want to go square or behind this 9. Well, he's decided he's going to go behind the 9, and he's running it to the middle. This for all square, and that's why things go wrong. He should have come up the table, and that's the error that has now cost him a 2-rack deficit. So there is the mistake, there is the break, and Spectredawn all of a sudden is 2 racks in front with the break, 7 racks to 5. And now, as I mentioned time and time again, Bill now has to rely on a mistake, more than one mistake, or a bit of running, that bit of luck, if he's going to stay in the match now. And of course the lifeline here for Bill is the 6 and 7. They're doing nothing there. Let's have a look and see what's set up here though. Well, there's nothing set up there. I was thinking maybe a chip in off the 9 with a little... You know what? See, the more I look at that, the more that 7 ball's going in. It could edge off the 9 into the middle pocket. You see, I wonder if these guys are looking at these sort of things. I wonder if they're looking, because that might go in. Well, it won't now. And again, Spectredawn has found a worse place on the table. And the only thing that's going to save him here is the fact the 6 and 7 still locked up. Well, this match is so unpredictable. You just don't know what's going to happen. As soon as you think somebody's going to gain control, well, Spectredawn's falling out of line. We're not going to have a fight in the chat, are we? Well, Bill, back at the table. And, well, really no shot in the 4. I mean, well, this is all or nothing. And this is the worst type of shot you want to have when you're trailing by 2. He's just looking for safety. And I think, well, it's not bad, but Spectredawn surely got to line up the bank here. He's going to go for it, but the 6 ball is safe. No, he's looking for cover. He ain't got it, but I can tell you this. Bill's going for the bank. Is he? Or is he going to try and get cover again? But nothing's going to happen without that 6 and 7 getting broken out. And Bill hasn't found a cover. And of course the crucial one is Spectredawn's pretty straight. He'll do well to get on this 5 in such a way that he can disturb the 6 and 7. So this is critical for Bill's cause, the outcome of Spectredawn's visit here. Well, I can tell you, I can confirm I've got 3 different trackball mice. All shit. Well, this is it. Can he draw enough of this to get well, he's tried everything and he's going to scratch. And again, this yo-yo, seesaw, however you want to describe it, has gone back to Bill. And this is a must. And he's going for the 5-9. He has to get it. And in it goes. Well, he's got out of jail again. He's back within 1 and he's got the break. It's 7-6 to Spectredawn, but Bill can't find a ball. Thin cut along the rail will get Spectredawn started. 4 ball is a wee bit awkward. And he's still got to get on the 2 as well. Oh, this nudging the 7 might, the 8 might have done him a favour, but he's just glanced it. And he's got it safe. Now these are the shots that Bill, in the normal course of events, would just have whopped out the jump stick, lobbed over the 8 and cut the 2 in. But that, of course, cannot happen. You can still try and jump it with your play cue. So Bill gets the kick. And he's left a shot. And it may well hinge on Spectredawn getting on that 4. Now, how's the 4 and 9 sitting? Well, they're not a combo. Not an easy shot from that angle. He's digging down and he's got full control of the cue ball. He's played it well. And now this, well, he's got an angle as well. But can he land on that 4? And the answer to that is right there in front of you. He's perfect. Oh dear. Again, he's left himself in the worst possible place. He's got himself Chinese snookered over the 9. And that just makes the difficulty on this shot 10 times more difficult. This is really awkward. And he's hung it. Where's the cue ball going though? Where's the cue ball finishing up? Oh dear. Let's have a look. And Bill's going to have to try and chip the edge of that 5. Well, he's got enough room. He's going to have to jack the stick up. And he's going to have to trust his weight The fact that he's under hitting him might help him here. Oh dear, that's the worst outcome again. Cue ball spinning into the pocket. Ball in hand for Spectredawn, and the chance to widen that gap to 2 again. And Bill is running out of racks. He's running out of breaks. So there's been errors from both players. That would be fair to say. Getting out of line, getting in awkward places. And even with that shot, Spectredawn is the wrong side of the 6. Now, surely he's not just going to draw back to try and leave a cut in the 7. That could go wrong. What sort of angles he got? Let's have a look. Yep, he's the wrong side. And of course, he's not got enough angle to really force this cue ball. That's the other problem. So he's leaving, he's got no alternative. He's left himself the bedhead cut in the 7. And he's not interested. And again, well, that threatened to go badly wrong. Oh, that, I mean, that will cut, but you've just got to hit it right flush, so it just goes to the jaw and the weight the ball falls into the pocket. And it's gone in, but he's got another one, and this is critical. And what sort of shot is he going to have in the 9? Well, this is make or break for Bill at this stage in the match, and he really needs to put this away to stay in the coattails of Spectredawn. And it isn't going to go, but the 8 ball is deep in the pocket, and these are tough to judge. But he's used the angle, and he's perfect. And Spectredawn opens the gap again to 2. It's 8-6. And that little glimmer of hope there for Bill was just diminished by that awkward 8 ball. And the break with Spectredawn. Couple of balls have gone in. We've lost to 1, we've lost to 8. And he's got no shot in the 2. But he can leave Bill in bother. He should be nailed to the 9. Oh dear. Again, the touch here on certain shots by both players has been awful. I think the nerves are kicking in here, boys. I mean, that shot there was again, you've got to play the little punch and play it with confidence so that you punch the 2 up the table and you just kill that cue ball. But when you chicken out on it a bit like that, you don't get that momentum into the cue ball, so you know it's only going to just drag itself to barely get to the 2, and that's what's happened. And Bill has been handed a lifeline on a plate here by Spectredawn. But what about that 4 ball? Well, it's going to have to be the billiard, because the 4 ain't going, and he's got to chip the 4 and cut the 5. And he's landed very nicely indeed, and he simply has to put this away this time. He cannot afford an error. Well, with this shot, it's get the follow in the cue ball and get up the table, so you're staring down that 7 ball into the bottom right. And this is just a kill shot, stone dead kill. So you're looking down the 9, unless he wants to run around the corner, but I'd be just killing it. Again, he's drawn it back. He wanted to be staring down the 9. He should get it though. And he's back to within 1. And Spectredawn, well, totally self-inflicted damage there with that rack. And Bill breaks off, trailing by 1. Gets a ball in the break. Well, he gets more than one in the break. We've lost the 7 and 8. He's sitting flush in the 1. And the 2 ball, well, we know it goes. But can he get there? Yes, he can. And this match, if this rack ends up the way we think it might, is boiling up. Well, I think it's just a wee bit of... I think it's because the way the match is going, I think the guys maybe sense that themselves. And the more you start thinking about that sort of thing, the more things are likely to go wrong, like what's just happened there. And, well, the 6 ball goes, so there's not a problem. It's just a matter of potting the 5 and getting the cue ball right out into the table and back across. I mean, I don't know whether Bill wants to finish on the top side there, because that is taking a risk. He needs to get this cue ball around. He can't sit in the corner and play the 6. And that will do. And the angle he's got, he just wants to drag this and stun it past that 9 and cheat the pocket a wee bit, and he'll be okay, and he'll hold for the 9. But he's got to get through with the shot, and he has done. And again, we are all square. So there's been a 2 rack lead more than once now. And Bill's back in the game. And he's now watching Spectredawn breaking off in rack number 17, praying that Spectredawn doesn't get a ball. And the 6 thought about it, the 8 thought about it. Nothing's gone, but Bill's got no shot. Are you guys getting excited as I am? So Bill plays the push. Oh dear. Well, for his sake, the 4 ball's there. Now, what does Spectredawn do? Does he put him back in? Or does he try and play something better? And that's not bad. Now, what's Bill thinking? Punch the 1 into the rail, chip it with a wee bit of pace and try and let that 1 ball run out and cut the 6? No, but the billiard's on now. Bill's just set it up. That's a poor shot. You had to. I don't know whether he tried to nudge it towards the 6, thinking it was going to go safe. It was going to end up like that. It's going to be a billiard. I mean, this is going in every day of the week. Oh, well, the double kiss has ruined that. Commentator's curse on that one. The double kiss pushed the cue ball away, pushed it off its line, and we're back to square one. And a good shot in the 1. It's going to be the combo for the 2-8. And that 2 ball might run along the top rail here. No guarantee he's going to have a shot. And that's what happens. Now what does he do? How's that look from his side? Well, he can try the cut onto the 6. It's a big pocket, but it's a thin cut. He's having a look, I think. Is that what he's thinking? Play the cut towards the 6. It makes the pocket bigger. But he has to get it there. Yeah, he's overdone it, I think. Yeah, I think that's what he planned. But that's all going wrong. He's opened up the pocket in the bottom corner. And Spectredawn with a chance. I think he did try to play the cut onto the 6. And Spectredawn is going to have to play the combo. He's having a look at the line. No shot in the 3. And in it goes. 3 ball stays in play. And now it's about avoiding the obstacles in the way to get this cue ball back up the table. I mean, he could dig really deep and give it a big draw to avoid all of that. That might be what he's doing. Yep. And how's that for angle? Well, it's a bit straight. He's going to have to punch it. High cut again on this 5. A crucial 5 ball. Got to be on the 7. When he brings it, you can either play it in the middle or bring it up the table. But in goes the 5. And he's looking odds on now to get that 1 rack lead again. Now, who's got the break? Is it back to Bill? Are we back on par? Yes, we are. It's Bill breaking and Bill trailing 9-8. Well, what's the odds now, guys? What's happening? You can't call it, because I think if the unexpected is going to happen, it's going to happen in the next 3 racks. So Bill breaks. Now where's that 6 ball going? Because the 3 ball has gone, and I think the 7 isn't doing him any favours, is it? Oh no, he can drop it. He can just drop that 1 past the 7. Oh, he's just chipped to 7. And is it going safe? Pretty much so. But that's a chance for Bill. And it's gone. And Spectredawn just playing, just keeping it tight. But Bill can hide here. But he has to get the 1 ball right if he's going to try and run up. I mean, there's a couple of ways to try and play a safety. You can bank the 1, but you've got to avoid the 6. Well, he's just banked it to the middle of the table, and that'll do. Okay, he doesn't have the cover, but he's got it safe. And this is dangerous. It's always dangerous playing from distance. Well, somebody give me an explanation to that shot. Got it safe. Right, guys, explain this shot to me. And this is dangerous because I haven't got a clue. Playing from distance. Well, right, I want your explanations in the chat right now as to what that was about. I mean, that was one of the strangest shots I've seen. Did I miss something? I mean, I'm watching it, and I just saw him push the ball up into an empty space, nowhere near the ball that he was trying to hit. Or did he hit the 5? I never saw that. I was too busy. I'm looking up the top of the table at the ball that he's trying to hit. That's why I thought it was so strange. See, I never even looked at that. I was too busy focusing up the top. Anyway, what's happening here? Oh, I'm totally confused. That was a bit like the end of the Straight Pool World Championship with Semi-Pro and Frankel. The match finished and I hadn't a clue what had happened. Oh dear. Well, this is not easy. Now, what does he try and do here? Does he try and dig into this or let it run? He has to, he's digging in. And it thought about hanging out, but it's gone in. A vital rack for Bill, trailing 9-8. And he's going to the rail, so he's got the angle. And he can actually, with this angle he's got, he just plays a stun. If he wants to, he can run off the right side rail and over to the left, but he can just stun this cue ball and go up the right side. But he's gone left, and he's looking good, apart from the fact he's on the rail. But this for 9-all, and I need a drink. Yeah, I make mistakes. I'll admit it. And I miss things. But I'm so focused up at where the action's happening, I wasn't looking at the bottom of the table. Anyway, it's 9-all. We're on a knife edge here. We're on the edge of our seats. And Spectredawn has got a ball, and he's got a shot in the one. Again, not easy. The 2 ball goes past the 3. It's tight, but it does. It's got half a pocket to go in. And he's chipped it into the 3. And he's set it up for Bill. And is this going to be yet another turning point in this match? Bill with a wide open table, a dodgy mouse. Is he going to find that touch? And this one has got to go across and out. Oh, he's trying to drag it to hold it, and he's done it. Well, where can this go wrong other than rattling the 5? Does he want to roll it in dead weight, or does he want to stun it in? If he rolls it in, he's going to the rail. He's trying to roll it dead weight. Let's have a look. Well, this is where I would prefer to jack the cue and try and spin past the 9. It's risky. And he's trying to spin past the 9. It is a risky shot, but he's managed to get it, and now he can drop the 8 in. He might want to help the cue ball a wee bit here if he's going to take the 9 into the left middle. And he is sitting pretty. And so Bill is going to get himself into the lead and get himself onto the hill. 10 racks to 9. Is that a break? Yes, it is. He's got the break. He's stolen a rack off Spectredawn's break, and he's breaking for the match. And he's come up dry. And Spectredawn can't see enough of the 1, but he can push the 1 through and drop behind the 2. Well, he's pushed it safe to the side rail. I thought he would just roll it behind the 2. 4 and 5 are locked up, although the 4 goes into the middle, I think. The 4 goes into the middle from here. I think you can cut it without, you're going to hit the 4 first, so there's certainly there's no need to try and break the 4 and 5 if you can get good on it. But MrBill has the chance to win the match if he can get on this 4 and keep the 5 in play. Wrong angle on the 3 though. Oh dear, he's taking his eye off the ball. Looking for good shape in the 4, and I think he'd have been okay, but he's made the error. And so Spectredawn lives again. What does he do though? Is he going to try and hide? Or is he going all out for the bank and trying to run the cube? Well, that's a bit ambitious. That is putting all your eggs into one basket if he's going to do that. No, he isn't. Well, can Bill resist the bank? The pocket is open. The banks are open. But the 3 ball isn't good. It's on the rail, I think. Yeah, Bill won't be going for that. Oh dear, this is nasty. That is ugly. But is there a gap to get there? Probably not. But I don't think he's going to get there any other way. He might end up trying to play it. Just try and roll to the rail and somehow land between that 9 and 6. I don't know whether he can put anything on the cue ball to square it up. He's obviously risking running into the 5 or chipping the 8. But I don't think there's any other option on. But does he really want to do any damage here? I mean, if he gives ball in hand... Now, is that a deliberate foul? Well, anyway, we're now in a situation where it's ball in hand, but Bill's not really got a great deal of advantage unless he breaks into everything here and goes all out. He can play the billiard, but he doesn't know he's going to be in the 3, and he isn't. He's hooked behind the 7, and the match is turned again. And this is not easy to get at. It's going to have to be 2 rails at least, I think. He can go straight up and down and try and hit it direct, but is he going to get there? No, he isn't. And so we may well be going all the way, folks. Looking back at this 4, well, Spectredawn is certainly going to get the 4. He's perfect on it. Absolutely perfect. And it's going to be a 7-9 combo, and we are going hill. And it had it written all over it, the way it was going. Now he's just offline slightly, but this to take us all the way, and in it goes, and we're on a final rack decider to see who goes through to play a zero. And it's Spectredawn breaking. Well, he's breaking. Has he been breaking from that as far left, has he? I never even noticed that, but he's certainly breaking from far on the left. And the 3 ball is going to bank, is it? No. And the 5 ball is locked onto the 8 on the top left. Bill's got a shot in the 1, I think. He certainly has. And the match has been on for just on an hour and a quarter. And Bill's got the chance to win it at this visit. Now, is he going to take the risk? Yes, he is. He's gone for the break. He's got the 5 chipped out, and he's still lying on the 3. Is Bill's nerves going to hold it together? Because this isn't guaranteed to get good in the 4. is he going to get there? He's leaving itself square. It's another tough one. And where the 5 ball is, he's obviously wanting to come across to the right. He's dicing with death here. Needs to be careful. He needs maybe a wee bit of help and spin on this, which makes the pot even more difficult, but he doesn't want to trifle with that middle pocket. And he's avoided it. He's taken the 5 into the corner. Well, where's this going to go wrong? But he's doing the right thing. He's just having a look and making sure he's doing exactly what he wants to do. Well, now he's gone a wee bit further on the 6. If he plays this, if this was a challenge room, you can just play this and stun across for the 7 into the top left, because you've got the angle to do it. And that's what he's done, and that's why he's missed the 6. And Spectredawn, well, look at where the 6 is. This again, he can try and steal the angle, but he needs to be careful he doesn't go around the jaw and miss the 6. He needs to have a good look at it if he's going to try that or go for the draw. And he's gone for the draw, and again it's awkward. And Spectredawn, if he gets this 7, he's home and dry. He's going to land on the 8. He can't avoid it. And in goes the 7. And it's a little soft draw into the middle of the table. And Spectredawn is going to win the match. And he's going to win it by 11 racks to 10. And he will be through to play a zero in the next round. Well, what a match that was. You didn't know where it was going to the final rack. And the mistakes were there from both players. And in the end, well, it was just, you know, somebody had to win it. That's the sort of cliche that everybody says, but somebody had to win it. But let's face it, either of the two of them would have won it. It was just a strange finish. Well, let's have a look at the bracket once I get out of the lobby. And on this side, we'll now see that the match is confirmed with Spectredawn and Acero for the next round. And of course, the match tomorrow night, we will have the 3rd in our trilogy, in our triple header, and that's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, folks. And that is going to be Cobra against Baker Maker, another USA England match, and that kicks off at 7 o'clock. So with that, folks, it has been a pretty good day, and with a pretty good match to finish it. A strange match. It was a bit weird, some of the shots, and Bill's touch on some of the shots, that was a bit sort of weird. And the mistakes were there from both players, but it was just one rack in it. It went all the way, and Spectredawn is through. So, thanks for your company again, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you've got time and got a chance, join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock or just before 7 o'clock. And we'll be all set for the final match of my weekend. And don't forget, if you want to watch and listen to any commentary on the what do you call it, the Keith match, that will be on that Duffman2605 channel on Twitch. You can watch and listen to their commentary, assuming that they're doing it in the match with Moz. Moz seems to want to be in the chat at the same time while he's playing. It might be the undoing of him in the end of the day, but good luck to both players. I'll watch the replay if there is one. I'll see it when I get home from work. So with that, folks, believe it or not, I haven't had any dinner yet. I'm going to get something to eat, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for your company. Take care, stay safe, keep your distance, and good night.